Hey guys, it is Julie here with JT Wealth. In today's video, we are taking a look at 4 different penny stocks that analysts believe have some massive potential upside. So let's get into it. Alright guys, welcome back and thank you so much for being here. Like I said, today we are looking at 4 different penny stocks that analysts think have some considerable upside, as all price targets have over 100% potential upside, and one has even over 300% potential upside. Now, as we are discussing penny stocks, I think it is very important to remind you guys that these do come with more risk. These videos are not a suggestion to just go and buy all 3. Heck, they're not even a suggestion to buy one. It's just to put a few new stocks on your radar that you can then do some further research on. And these are stocks that analysts believe have some potential in the future, but they are 12-month targets. So keep in mind that stocks like these are going to fluctuate greatly. So make sure that they fall within your risk tolerance and that you're doing your own due diligence. And it's also important to note that 2 of these stocks we're talking about today were recently featured in a TipRanks article on 2 penny stocks that are poised to go boom. So it's no surprise that with press coverage like that, their stock did see a bump up in price. Now just keep in mind that this is likely to correct over time, and plan accordingly with your entry and exit points when making any investment choice. And just before we get into those stocks, this is just your friendly reminder that if you enjoy today's video, make sure you hit that like button and leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to check out some of the great links in our description. There's some awesome referrals if you're looking to start a new investment account, and there's also a link to my Patreon page, which gets you access to our Discord chat group, so check them out. All right, so the first stock that we are discussing today is Equilium. Trading under the ticker EQ, these guys did see a big jump earlier in the week as they were one included in the TipRanks article, but it's now settled down about 13% at the $5.36 mark. At Equilium, they leverage a deep understanding of immunology and its role in disease to pioneer new products for severe autoimmune and inflammatory disorders. Their mission is to dramatically improve the lives of patients through the development of novel immunotherapies, and they are advancing development in 3 severe autoimmune and inflammatory disorders, including acute graft-versus-host disease, lupus nephritis, and uncontrolled asthma. The company recently had an Analyst day where they were highlighting their clinical programs, and during the event, EQ released individual patient responses along with biomarker analysis coming on the heels of the recent positive interim data from the first 3 cohorts of the phase 1b EQUATE trial studying itolizumab in acute graft-versus-host disease. Going forward, the company wants to conduct dose expansion in cohorts 2 and 3 by enrolling 3 additional patients in each cohort, with top-line results from the trial expected in the first half of 2021. Looking at the initial data from the phase 1b EQUATE trial, it showed rapid, deep, and durable responses for itolizumab and AGVHD, hearing from lead analyst Thomas Smith. As for the updated data, there was an 80% overall response rate across all doses by day 57, with 8 out of 10 total patients achieving a complete response. What's more, the therapy was also tied to the ability to taper and dose reduce systemic steroid use in patients. These results aligned with biomarker data showing that itolizumab rapidly decreased CD6 expression on CD4 and CD8 T cells. We believe these results are compelling and supportive of EQ's plans to expand dosing into additional GVHD patients, Smith explained. With all of that being said, Smith rates the EQ stock as a buy with an $18 price target, which would be over a 300% gain in the next year. And there are currently 2 other analysts with ratings on the EQ stock, and they agree, with all 3 analysts coming in with a buy rating and an average price target of $15 per share, representing about a 181% upside from today's current price. Next up, we have Matinas Biopharma Holdings. Trading under the ticker MTNB, they were also included in the TipRanks article, so have seen a bump up in price and are currently at $1.29 per share. By using its lipid nanocrystal platform, or LNC, delivery technology, Matinas Biopharma hopes to solve complex challenges related to the oral delivery of small molecules, gene therapies, vaccines, proteins, and peptides. Discussing their MAT2203 drug, they say that invasive fungal infections represent an urgent growing global need, and the coronavirus pandemic has shifted the spotlight onto infectious disease drug development pipeline candidates. Invasive fungal infections are an urgent and largely overlooked global problem due to increasing use of immunosuppressive therapies and growing resistance to current antifungal therapies due to lack of recent innovation. So a safer and more convenient drug for this would be a game changer in the fight against invasive fungal infections. Writing for BTIG, five-star analyst Robert Hazlett points to MAT2203 as a key component of his bullish thesis. Ahead of the Phase 2 ENACT trial evaluating the candidate in cryptococcal meningitis, with enrollment for Cohort 2 set to begin in the near term and the next DSMB data expected in mid-2021, Hazlett points out that this is the first of potentially several indications with the novel antifungal. Additionally, the enrollment for ENHANCE-IT, a head-to-head trial of MAT 9001 compared to Amarin's Vascepa, has been completed. MAT 9001 is MTNB's free fatty acid formulation of EPA and DPA, and according to Hazlett, it generates substantially higher blood levels of EPA than Vascepa. If that wasn't enough, the company has recently announced a collaboration with the NIAID to study a LNC formulation of Gilead's remdesivir, an oral formulation of the coronavirus therapy. We believe this collaboration further validates Matina's LNC technology. So with all of that being said, it is no surprise that Hazlett rates this stock a buy with a $5 price target, which represented over a 470% potential upside. And once again, there are two other analysts that have ratings on MTNB's stock. With all three coming in with a buy rating, the average price target is $4 per share, which after today's price increase represents just over a 200% potential upside. Next up, we have Conformis. They trade under the ticker CFMS and are currently at about 67 cents per share. Conformis creates knee and hip replacement products, but these ones are personalized and specifically made for every patient. Their personalized joints even come with a complete set of patient-specific instrumentation, and their joint replacement options build upon established principles in orthopedics to address the compromises common with traditional off-the-shelf replacement designs that have led to patients' dissatisfaction. They are recognized leaders in the patient-specific instrumentation and personalized implant world, and their products are sold in over 18 countries. They have proprietary technology with broad patent portfolio. Most recently, the company announced the commercial launch of their new Cordera Match Hip system. Now, the company previously announced 510(k) clearance by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for the Cordera Hip system back in September, and Cordera Match represents one of multiple planned product extensions featuring the proven Cordera Hip system. Now, the Cordera Match Hip replacement procedure can be performed with just one reusable instrument tray. Hearing from Mark Augusti, the president and CEO, he said that over the next year, we plan to launch multiple product extensions featuring the Cordera stem. With this first offering, surgeons who like to operate with the Cordera stem will benefit from the significant value provided by Conformis's personalized surgical plan and best-in-class PSI guides, all delivered through a safe, sterile, and efficient model for hospitals and ASC sites of care. Their 2024 financial targets are to create significant shareholder value, with $160 to $190 million in revenue, over 60% in gross margin, and $15 to $30 million in profit. And their latest results back in November were promising. Conformis outperformed on both revenues and the expected loss per share, with revenues of $16 million beating estimates by 12%, and their statutory losses were about 9 cents, 23% smaller than the analysts expected. Currently, there are 3 analysts with ratings on the Conformis stock, and it does come in as a strong buy. With a $2.33 average price target, we're looking at about a 245% potential upside over the next 12 months. And the fourth stock that we have today is Glycomimetics, trading under the ticker GLYC. Their current share price is at $3.78. Glycomimetics is an oncology-focused biotechnology company that are dedicated to improving the lives of patients by discovering, developing, and commercializing novel small molecule glycomimetic product candidates. Since their inception, they have developed a diversified product pipeline, and today the company's proprietary investigational drug for acute myeloid leukemia is being evaluated in 2 pivotal phase 3 clinical trials. Glycomimetics is developing uproleselan, a specific E-selectin inhibitor, to be used in combination with chemotherapy to treat patients with acute myeloid leukemia and potentially other hematological cancers. The FDA has granted breakthrough therapy designation for uproleselan in adults with relapsed or refractory AML. Additionally, uproleselan has received fast-track designation from the FDA, which may lead to faster delivery to people living with AML if the treatment is found to be effective. Uproleselan has significant revenue opportunities, with over 44,000 AML patients in 7 major markets, with expansion potential into other hematological malignancies in Greater China. Glycomimetics also boasts top-tier biotech investors and a cash balance of over $142 million as of September 30th, with cash runway well into 2022. The company also just released new supportive efficacy data for their rivipansel, which treats sickle cell disease, and the company expects to initiate investigational new drug-enabling work with the GMI 1687 during 2021. Based on this news, Roth Capital analyst Zegbeh Jallah raised the firm's price target on Glycomimetics to $15 from $9, keeping a buy rating on the shares. He said that Glycomimetics presented preclinical data of significant importance, including the data of GMI 1687 for sickle cell disease and the uproleselan helping to increase overall survival in AML patients. Their game-changing data presented certainly sets positive expectations for clinical data in their 2 trials, as well as an expanding market potential for upro that could lead to future partnership opportunities, he said. Now, there are just 2 analysts in total with ratings on the Glycomimetics stock, but both come in with a buy rating, and the average price target of $15 per share represents just shy of a 300% potential upside. So there we have 4 stocks, all with some pretty impressive outlooks from analysts there. Keep in mind those are 12-month target projections, and a lot can happen in that time. With penny stocks like this, there is a lot of volatility to be expected. These videos are never a suggestion to buy or sell any specific stock and are just meant to give you a couple new ideas to look further into. Any investment choice always needs to be made based on your own research and due diligence, and make sure that it fits in with your risk tolerance and time frame. On that note, you guys know I always love hearing from you, so please let me know what you think about these 4 stocks and what other penny stocks have maybe caught your eye lately. Make sure to leave it down below in the comments. If you made it all the way to the end of today's video, make sure you give us a thumbs up and that you're subscribed to the channel as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and cheers.